seated at a wooden table, their faces etched with exhaustion and fear. Luke, whispering, "What is this place?" DOM, nervously glancing around. "I don't know, but I don't think we're alone." Suddenly, a loud bang echoes from the other room. Both men jump to their feet, hearts racing. Luke, urgently, nervously glancing around. "We need to find Phil. I don't know, but I don't think we're alone." They move cautiously toward the door. Bang echoes from the other room. As they step men jump to their feet, the air grows colder, urgent, and an eerie silence. "We need to find Phil. I don't know, but I don't think we're alone." Cabin, hallway. Suddenly, cautiously loud bang echoes, shadows. As they step men jump to their feet, the air grows. They approach a door, and an eerie silence reaches Phil. But I don't think we're alone. Cabin, a low growl, and suddenly, cautiously loud bang echoes, shadows. As they step men jump to their door, bursts the air grows. They approach a door, and an eerie silence reaches Phil's eyes. But I don't think we're alone. Cabin, Phil, a low panting, and suddenly, they're all around him. Suddenly, with all shadows, as they step men jump to their door, bursts the air grows. They approach a door. May contain spoilers. Subs like script +1 scripts +1 if you're interested in a summary or analysis of the film's themes, characters, or symbolism. Feel free to ask Cabin. Night the camera pans across a dimly lit room. The walls are adorned with strange symbols and carvings. A fire crackles in the hearth, casting flickering shadows. May contain Luke, Rafe Spall, and DOM. Sam Troughton, spoilers. Are seated at a wooden table. Subs like scripts +1 interested in summary or analysis of the characters or symbols. Glancing. Feel free to ask. Feel free to ask. The camera pans across. The walls are adorned with jump to their strange symbols. A fire crackles. We need to find and fill. Flickering shadows. They move cautiously toward the door. Weapons in hand. As they step into the hall. Subs like scripts +1 interested in summary or analysis of characters or symbols. Feel free to ask. The walls are adorned with strange symbols. Fire crackles. Low growl. Fire revealing Phil Archer Ollie, his eyes wide with terror. Phil, panting. "They're here. They're all around us." Sudden voice resonates through the cabin. Voice distorted, echoing. "You cannot escape." The ground shakes violently, knocking them off their feet. The fire in the hearth flares up, casting an unnatural glow. Luke, shouting over the chaos. "We need to get out now." Cabin. Night the camera pans across a dimly lit room. The walls are adorned with strange symbols and carvings. A fire crackles in the hearth, casting flickering shadows. Luke, Rafe Spall, and DOM, Sam Troughton, are seated at a wooden table, their faces etched with exhaustion and fear. Luke, whispering, "What is this place?" DOM, nervously glancing around. "I don't know, but I don't we're alone." Suddenly, a loud bang echoes from the other room. Both men jump to their feet, hearts racing. Luke, urgently, "We need to find Phil and get out of here now." They move cautiously toward the door, weapons in hand. As they step into the hallway, the air grows colder, and an eerie silence envelopes them. Cabin, hallway. Night, the floorboards creak under their weight. Shadows loom ominously in every corner. They approach a door at the end of the hall. Luke reaches for the handle, But before he can turn it, a low growl emanates from within. DOM, whispering, "What the hell was that?" Without warning, the door bursts open, revealing Phil, Arshur Ali, his eyes wide with terror. Phil, panting, "They're here. They're all around us." Suddenly, the walls begin to tremble, and a deep, guttural voice resonates through the cabin. Voice, distorted, echoing, "You cannot escape." The ground shakes violently, knocking them off their feet. The fire in the hearth flares up, casting an unnatural glow. Luke, shouting over the chaos, "We need to get out now." They scramble to their feet and rush toward the front door. As Luke reaches for the handle, a massive shadow looms behind him. He turns just in time to see a towering figure with antlers and glowing eyes. DOM screaming, "Run!" They burst through the door and into the night, the creature's roar echoing in the distance. For the complete script, you can visit scripts.com or subslike script. Cool. Please note that these sources may contain spoilers. If you're interested in a summary or analysis of the film's themes, characters, dense forest, day, the camera weaves through the thick trees, a mist hanging low over the forest floor. A group of 5 friends, Sam, late 20s, adventurous, Lucy, late 20s, skeptic, Ben, late 20s, quiet, Jason, late 20s, sensitive, and May, late 20s, practical, are trekking through the forest. The atmosphere is heavy, and the air is thick with the smell of earth and damp wood. Sam, cheerful, "Come on, we're almost there. It's just another mile or so." Lucy, sarcastic, "If by almost there, you mean we've only walked through endless trees for hours, then sure." Ben, panting, "Yeah, Sam, this isn't exactly a shortcut." Jason, worried, "Are we sure we're even on the right trail? The map's kind of vague." Emma, nods, "We should turn back. This place is starting to feel wrong." Sam had to write a passage, guys. Just a little longer. Trust me, there's something amazing at the end of this. They continue forward, though with increasing discomfort. Edge of a clearing. Late afternoon, the group stumbles upon a clearing. In the center of the clearing is a peculiar stone structure, ancient, covered in moss and vines, with strange symbols carved into the stones. Lucy whispering, This doesn't look like anything I've seen on the map." Sam, ignoring the unease, "This is it, guys. This is where the ritual happens. The place where people come to test their courage." Ben, "This is where people die to prove something." "What the hell, Sam?" Jason, easy, "Yeah, I don't like this. We should leave." Emma, stern, "You don't want to leave now. After all this? We came all this way." Sam, grinning, "Exactly. Now we finish what we started." The group enters the clearing. The air grows colder, and the atmosphere feels heavier, almost like the world is watching them. Lucy, looking at the symbols. "Do we even know?" Me and Jason, "I've seen these before in old folklore books. These symbols are tied to ancient rituals. Dark ones." Sam, grinning, "Exactly." Ben, serious, "Sam, what did you do?" Suddenly, the rumbling stops. A chilling silence falls over the group. Then, a massive stone door in the center of the structure slides open with an eerie creak. Lucy whispers, "We need to go. Now." Jason, pleading, "Sam, stop. You don't know what this is." Sam, cutting him off, "I know exactly what it is." He steps forward, his hand reaching toward the doorway. "Sam, it's just a test. Nothing's gonna happen." He steps into the darkness beyond the door. Emma, "Teradite, Sam." Without thinking, the rest of the group follows, one by one, though their faces betray fear. As they enter, the door shuts behind them with another loud thud. Ancient temple. Continuous, they emerge into a vast underground chamber, lit only by the faint glow of torches on the walls. The air is thick with the smell of decay. A large stone altar sits at the center of the room, surrounded by ritualistic markings. Lucy, frightened, "This is insane. This is not what I signed up for." Sam, defiant, "We're here now. We see it through." Ben, looking around, "I don't feel right about this. Something's off." Jason, staring at the altar, "That thing looks ancient, like it hasn't been touched in centuries." Emma, nervous, "Let's just take a few pictures and get out of here, please." Suddenly, a loud bang echoes through the temple, and the torches flicker out. The group stands in complete darkness. Then a whispering voice fills the air, incomprehensible and ancient. It's like the very walls of the temple are speaking. Sam, defiant, laughing nervously, "What? Are we scared of a few spooky whispers now?" A cold wind rushes through the chamber, and a shadow moves across the wall. Lucy, screaming, "Did you see that? Something moved." Jason, panicking, "That wasn't normal. It wasn't a draft." Ben, holding his breath, "Something's here with us." Sam, shouting, "We're trapped. We're not going to make it." Ben, fighting to stay calm, "Wait. There has to be a way out." As the creature rises, a beam of light pierces the temple ceiling, illuminating the creature. The group is frozen in place, too terrified to move. Jason, whispering, "It's not just the ritual, it's feeding." The creature lets out a bone-chilling growl and begins to move toward them, its eyes fixed on the group. Emma, screaming, "Run." They run toward the door, but the temple seems to grow larger and more oppressive. The walls close in, and the creature lurches forward, faster than they could ever imagine. The last thing they hear before everything goes silent is the sound of the creature's feet scraping the stone floor. Fade out. Temple. Continuous, the group races through the dark, twisting corridors of the temple, panicking and gasping for breath. Behind them, the sound of heavy footsteps and the screech of the creature grows louder with each passing second. Their hearts pound in their chests. Sam, breathless, panicked, "We're not going to make it. The exit's blocked." Lucy, frantic, "No. We can't just die here." Ben, grabbing Sam by the arm, "We need to find another way out now." They turn a corner, nearly colliding with the stone wall. Ahead, a faint light flickers from another chamber. Jason, pointing there. "The light. Let's go." The group charges toward the light, but just as they near the entrance to the next chamber, the temperature drops again. Their breath becomes visible in the frigid air. Emma, shivering, it's too cold." They step into the next chamber, a vast, circular room lined with more ancient carvings and thick, heavy stone columns. The floor is covered in dust, except for a large, blood-stained circle in the center. Lucy whispers, "What is this place?" Sam, quietly, terrified, "I don't know, but it feels like the heart of whatever is down here." Lucy, screaming, "Sam." Emma, crying out, "No." Sam. Ben, grabbing Sam's wrist, "Hold on. We're getting you out of here." In a desperate struggle, Ben and Lucy pull Sam back, but the creature's claws dig deep into the stone floor, creating deep grooves. The ground beneath them begins to crack, as if the temple itself is coming apart. Jason, crying out, "Sam, we need to move." Sam manages to break free, but not without a wound. His leg is bleeding badly, and he's barely able to stand. The creature growls loudly, its voice like a guttural roar that shakes the very foundations of the temple. Sam, gritting his teeth, in pain, "Just go. I'll slow it down." Lucy, tears in her eyes, "No, Sam, we're not leaving you behind." Ben, firm, "We don't have a choice." Reluctantly, they push forward. The creature stumbles after them, but the group makes it to the narrow tunnel. It's tight, the air musty and thick, but it's their only hope. Tunnel. Continuous, the group squeezes into the dark tunnel, the walls close in on them. They crawl quickly, but Sam struggles to keep up. His injury slows him down, and his breath is ragged. Sam, pained, whispering, I can't go on." Lucy, voice breaking, "Yes, you can. Just a little longer." Jason, pushing forward, "Come on, Sam. Don't give up." Behind them, the creature's screech echoes through the tunnel, growing louder. It's too close. The group picks up the pace, crawling faster as the walls seem to close in on them. Emma, urgently, "We need to get to the end of this tunnel. There's no other way out." Suddenly, a loud thud reverberates through the tunnel, as if the creature is smashing into the stone behind them. The ground beneath their hands shakes, and debris falls from the ceiling. Ben, terrified, "It's right there. It's going to get us." Lucy, screaming, "Move." They crawl faster, fear propelling them forward. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, they see a glimmer of light ahead, a faint opening. The tunnel begins to widen. Dark forest. Night, the group stumbles through the forest, barely keeping their footing. The wind howls through the trees, and the ground trembles with every step. The creature's growl echoes in the distance, getting closer. They're exhausted, terrified, and bleeding, but there's no time to stop. Some, weakly, "We can't outrun it." Lucy, urgently, panting, "We have to try. We have to keep moving." Ben, looking behind them, "It's too quiet." "Where is it?" They look around, but the forest seems unnaturally still. The moonlight barely cuts through the thick canopy, casting long, twisted shadows on the ground. Jason, looking around, this doesn't feel right. It's too quiet. Suddenly, the trees begin to sway. The air thickens. The faint whispers from earlier grow louder, as if the forest itself is speaking in an ancient, forgotten language. Emma, looking up, terrified, it's here. It's all around us. A low rumbling sound starts, like distant thunder, but it's not coming from the sky. The ground begins to crack and tremble underfoot. Sam whispers, it's beneath us. Suddenly, the earth splits open beneath them with a loud crack. A monstrous hand, similar to the one they saw in the temple, bursts from the ground. The group screams as the massive claw swipes through the air, narrowly missing them. Lucy, terrified, run. They take off, but the ground beneath them is unstable. The creature's claws keep striking, tearing through the earth, making it harder for them to keep their footing. Ben, gritting his teeth, it's too fast. Sam, weakly, barely able to stand, we can't outrun it like this. We need a plan. Jason panicked. What kind of plan? We're being hunted by some thing for hell. Suddenly, a terrible, high-pitched scream pierces the air. The creature's shadow moves across the ground, its massive form rising from the earth. It's almost upon them. Emma, shouting, there, the river. If we can get to the river, maybe we can lose it. Riverbank. Night, the group bursts into a clearing by a fast-moving river. The water churns and crashes against the rocks, illuminated by the moonlight. But there's no time to rest. Some breathe heavily. We can't just jump in. We won't survive in that current. Lucy, looking around, frantic, there has to be something. Jason, panicking, we're going to die here. We're all going to. Before Jason can finish his sentence, the creature lunges from behind, and with a deafening roar, it crashes into the clearing. Its claws swipe through the air, narrowly missing Ben, who stumbles back into the river. Ben, screaming, help! It's pulling me in. The creature's claws reach for Ben, dragging him toward the water. The others rush to help, but the creature's strength is overwhelming. Lucy, shouting, Ben, hold on. Ben's body is nearly submerged, his face contorted in terror as the creature drags him deeper. The water crashes violently around him, and he lets out one last scream before disappearing beneath the waves. Some, screaming, no. Ben. Jason, grief-stricken, Ben. No. The creature growls low and deep, seeming to savor their despair. It turns its attention back to the remaining group, its fiery eyes narrowing on them. Emma, crying, we need to do something. We need to fight back. Sam, struggling to stay standing. How? We're nothing compared to that thing. Suddenly, the wind picks up, swirling around them in a violent frenzy. The river begins to rise, swirling in unnatural patterns. The whispers in the trees grow louder, and the earth itself seems to pulse with energy. The glowing figure they saw earlier emerges from the shadows, its form twisting and shimmering in the night. Lucy, looking around frantically, what is that? What is that? Jason, it's not just a creature. It's something older. It's part of the ritual. We're not just being hunted. We're being sacrificed. Riverbank. Night, the group stands before the stone altar submerged beneath the river. The water has begun to recede, but the eerie glow of the symbols on the stone still pulses ominously. The creature's massive form struggles against the invisible force holding it in place. It lets out a screech, as if sensing its impending defeat. Sam, weakly, we have to destroy it. We have to. Lucy, looking around, frantic, how? We don't have anything to break it with. We're not strong enough. Emma, pointing the symbols. They're glowing. They're feeding into the creature. If we disrupt them somehow, Jace, altar, if we destroy the symbols, maybe we'll break the connection. The group looks at the altar, which completely submerged in the shallow river. The pulsing symbols are etched deeply into the stone, almost like veins of energy running through it. Ben, nervously, we don't have a lot of time, guys. That thing's not going to stay frozen forever. The creature's screeching grows louder, and its claws rake at the air, trying to break free. The ground trembles once again. Sam, gritting his teeth, we need something. Anything. Lucy, a rock from the riverbed. This will have to do. She hurls the rock at one of the glowing symbols, but it bounces off harmlessly, leaving no mark. Emma, desperate. It's not going to work. We need to destroy the symbols themselves. The stone, the energy, it's all connected. The creature lets out another furious roar, causing the air to vibrate with its power. The wind picks up violently, whipping their hair and clothes as if the very atmosphere is alive with fury. Jason, panicking. What if we can't break it? What if it's too late? Sam, struggling to stand. We don't have a choice. We fight or die. Suddenly, a loud crack reverberates through the air as the ground beneath them splits open. The altar begins to glow brighter, its energy intensifying, and the creature's form stirs again. Sam, breathless, we did it. It's over. Lucy, stunned, wait, is it really over? Before they can react, the ground beneath them shifts. The creature's eyes, now glowing a deep, fiery red, lock onto them. It lets out a final, bone-chilling screech. Creature, voice distorted, filled with rage, you have freed me, but you will not escape. The creature's massive form begins to break apart. Its limbs twist and elongate, becoming even more grotesque. The energy from the altar has transformed it, releasing its full power. The creature is no longer bound by the ritual. It is now something far more dangerous, a primal force of nature. Jason, frozen in terror. It's not done. Emma, terrified, looking for an escape. We need to go. Now. The creature steps forward, its monstrous claws tearing through the earth as it charges at them. The group takes off, sprinting as fast as they can. The creature follows, faster and more furious than ever. Deep forest. Night, the group runs through the thick forest, the sound of the creature's monstrous footsteps behind them. The trees shake as it crashes through the woods, its claws scraping against the bark, tearing branches down. Lucy, panting, panicking, we're not going to outrun it. Sam, looking over his shoulder, we don't have to outrun it. We just have to survive. Jason, breathless, what do you mean? Suddenly, a loud crash rings out. The creature's claws rip through the ground just a few feet behind them, narrowly missing Jason. The group stumbles forward, barely avoiding the creature's swipe. Emma, screaming, keep running. They push forward, fear driving them. They come to a clearing, a cliff overlooking a deep ravine. The sound of the creature's pursuit grows louder. Ben, panicking, we're cornered. There's nowhere to go. Sam, looking around, frantically, wait there. The old bridge. We can use it to cross. The group races toward the dilapidated bridge across the ravine. Deep forest. Night, the group stumbles through the thick forest, breathless and covered in dirt. Their eyes are wide with terror, but they can't afford to stop. The distant glow from the creature's fall fades, but the feeling of doom lingers. Sam, panting, we're alive. But for how long? Jason, shaking, looking around. It's not over. It's not over. Lucy, voice trembling. What do we do now? We've destroyed the altar. We broke the connection. Why is this still happening? Emma, staring ahead, terrified. It's the ritual. It's not just the creature. It's something bigger. It's like it's tied to the land itself. The ground beneath their feet shakes again, much weaker now than before, but still strong enough to make them stumble. Ben, looking around, eyes wide. What do we do now? How do we stop it? Sam, weakly, there must be something. We missed a part of the ritual we didn't see. Suddenly, the wind picks up, howling through the trees. The sound is unnatural, like voices whispering from every direction. The forest seems to close in on them, the trees bending and creaking in rhythm with the wind. Lucy, eyes widening. Did you hear that? The whispers grow louder. It's not just the wind anymore. It's words, ancient and guttural, with an oppressive energy. Jason, frightened. It's the spirits. The ritual didn't just wake the creature. It woke the forest itself. The whispers seem to echo through their minds now, like the forest is speaking directly to them. Forest voices, whispering, ominous. You cannot get. The bloodline has been called. The gate must open. Your souls belong to us. The trees around them start to move, their branches twisting unnaturally. They look like arms reaching out to grab them. The group backs up in horror, realizing they are surrounded. Ben, no, we can't let it happen. Suddenly, the ground splits open in front of them, another fissure. From it, glowing roots rise like serpents. Sam, breathless, it's like the whole forest is part of the ritual. Lucy, crying, panicking. What do we do? What do we do? The glowing roots move faster, winding their way toward the group, their tendrils snaking around trees and pulling them toward the chasm. Jason owns the symbols from the altar. We need to find something, some kind of object connected to Emma whispers, horrified, the book. We never finished reading it. There's something in there. We need it. Sam, panicking, but trying to think clearly. The book. The one we found in the temple? Ben, desperate, nodding. It must be in there. The answer. It's all in that damn book. We need to go back. Jason, shaking his head, terrified. No, we can't go back there. It's too dangerous. But as they argue, the glowing roots begin to tighten around their legs, dragging them toward the chasm. Lucy, screaming, we don't have a choice. With no other option, they turn and run in the opposite direction, toward the ruins of the temple they had escaped from earlier. EXT. Temple entrance. Night. The ruins loom before them, dark and silent. The temple appears more foreboding than ever, like a cursed relic from another time. The air around it is thick with dark energy, and the ground trembles in rhythm with the approaching ritual. Emma, whispering, terrified, it's here. We're walking right into it. Sam, gritting his teeth, we don't have a choice. The book might be the only way to stop this. The group enters the ruined temple once more, the crumbled stones beneath their feet feeling like a death sentence with every step. Inside, the air is thick, oppressive, as if the very walls are alive with ancient malice. They make their way into the main chamber, where the altar once stood. The stone is still cracked, but the eerie markings on the walls pulse with a sickly green light. Jason, panicked, it's here. The energy, it's rising again. Temple, altar chamber. Night. The ancient book glows furiously in Sam's trembling hands. The walls vibrate with otherworldly power. The roots creep closer, wrapping around cracked pillars, pulsing with glowing veins of green and red light. The creature's distant howl echoes again, but this time, something is responding from the other side of the veil. The gate is opening. Jason, eyes wide, voice trembling. If we don't do this now, it's not just us. It's everyone. The town, the world. Emma, crying, whispering, it can't end like this. It can't. Sam, resolute. Then we do it together. Like Lucy said, no one dies alone. They gather in a circle, surrounding the floating book as the light grows blinding. The air burns with static. Each of them holds a small, jagged shard of broken stone, stained red from earlier wounds. Lucy, tears in her eyes, I'm scared. Sam, softly, me too. They each cut their palm. Blood drips onto the stone floor, and instantly, the symbols beneath them ignite in violent flame. The roots scream. The book trembles, levitating higher, its pages tearing from the force. The temple shudders. Jason, gritting his teeth, it's working. I think it's working. But then, a roar. The creature is here. It bursts through the temple wall, blazing with energy, its form warped and unholy. A massive skeletal beast cloaked in flame and shadow. It screeches, deafening, filled with pain and rage. Emma, screaming, it's coming for us. Ben, desperate, we need more. The book, read from the book. Sam flips to the final pages. The text is ancient, but now, somehow he can read it. Sam, chanting, voice echoing unnaturally. Noxalarum, Torveth, Allersum, beat, stronger, blood offered, balance demanded. Let the gate seal shut by will of the living. The roots shriek and pull back. The creature
Hotel
stumbles, clutching at its
massive
chest,
storm rages
as if
outside.
something is
The
being
lightning
torn
flashes
out. Illuminate the faded grandeur of the Raven Crest Hotel, a once luxurious, now forgotten place tucked away in the mountains. A young couple, MIA, 28, and Jack, 30, step in, soaked and shivering. MIA, catching her breath. We should have never taken that detour. Jack Road was washed out. This was the only place nearby. They approached the dusty front desk. A bell sits on the counter. Jack rings it once. It echoes unnaturally, as if the hotel is listening. From the shadows, the night clerk, 60s, appears silently, dressed in an outdated uniform. Night clerk checking in? Jacka, yeah, just for the night. Storm stranded us. The clerk hands over a key. An old brass one marked, room 313. Night clerk, you'll find everything you need upstairs. Elevator's out. Take the stairs. MIA, do you have Wi-Fi or cell service? Night clerk, no connections here. Only what you bring with you. He stares at them blankly. Creeped out, they grab the key and head upstairs. INT, staircase/hallway. Night, the staircase groans under their weight. The hotel halls are dimly lit. The wallpaper peeling, old portraits lining the walls. Each one seems to watch them. MIA, I swear that painting's eyes just moved. Jack, this place is definitely weird. They reach room 313. Jack unlocks it with a loud click. INT, room 313. Night, surprisingly, the room is well preserved. Antique furniture, a large bed, and a window overlooking the woods. Jack, better than expected. MIA still feels off. She walks to the mirror and freezes. MIA, Jack, come here. He joins her. In the mirror, a third figure stands behind them. A woman in white, her face obscured by long black hair. Jack spins around. No one's there. Jack, must be a trick of the light. Mia doesn't look convinced. INT, room 313. Later that night, the storm howls. Mia lies in bed wide-eyed. Jack is asleep. The power flickers. The bathroom light turns on by itself. Room 313. Same time, Jack hears the slam and finds Mia gone. He grabs his phone. No signal. He runs into the hallway, calling for her. Jack, Mia, where are you? From the far end of the hallway, the same woman from the mirror appears, now full body, floating. Blood drips from her fingertips. Woman in white, you shouldn't be here. Jack stumbles back in horror. Doors begin slamming open and shut all around him. The hall warps and stretches. He finally finds Mia banging on room 314's door from the inside. He breaks it open, grabs her, and they sprint back to 313. INT, room 313. Later, Mia explains what happened. Jack is pale. Jack, we need to leave. Now. They grab their things and rush downstairs. INT, hotel lobby. Night, the lobby is empty. The front door is now bricked over, like it was never an exit. The fireplace is lit. On the mantle, they see a framed photo of themselves checking in. MIA, Jack. That wasn't there before. They turn. The night clerk stands behind them, eyes hollow. Night clerk, you checked in, but you never checked out. He smiles, revealing rotting teeth. Behind him, the woman in white reappears, closer than ever. Woman in white, this is your room now. INT, room 313. Morning, the storm has passed. Sunlight filters in. The room is empty. A new couple walks into the hotel. New guest, looks like the only vacancy is room 313. The night clerk nods and hands them the key. From the hallway, faint whispers and laughter echo, and the music box begins playing again. Raven Crest Hotel, lobby. Morning, the storm is gone. Sunlight cuts through the stained glass windows, casting eerie patterns on the lobby floor. The new couple, Lena, 27, and Adam, 29, approach the front desk. Lena, this place gives me the creeps. Adam, it's perfect. No distractions. No reception. Total disconnect. The night clerk stands motionless behind the desk. The same cold expression. Night clerk, welcome back. Lena, back. Night clerk, I meant. Welcome both. He slides over to room 313 key, and beneath it, an old leather-bound guest book. Night clerk, feel free to sign. We like to remember our guests. Adam flips through it. The names are written in spidery, fading ink. Thomas and Julia Vance. 1981 Rachel Monroe. 1993 Lucas Price. 2004 Jack and Mia. He pauses. That entry is incomplete. The ink's still fresh, as if just written. Adam, this one doesn't even have checkout date. The night clerk smiles faintly. Room 313 day Lena and Adam settle in. The room is identical to how it was with Jack and Mia. The mirror, the antique wardrobe, the silence. Lena, why does it feel like we're being watched? She walks to the mirror, wiping it clean. For a moment, she swears she sees a pair of eyes staring from behind her, but Adam is on the bed, reading. Suddenly, a faint knock. They open the door. Just the long hallway, eerily silent. Lena, okay. That's not creepy at all. INT, basement. Night Adam, restless, goes exploring. He finds a stairwell at the end of the hallway, leading downward. A flickering bulb barely lights the way. He finds an archived storage room, filled with boxes, old uniforms, and files. He dusts off a box labeled Room 313. Incident files inside are photographs, blurry old but unmistakable. Guests pale, distorted, some mid-scream, others staring blankly into mirrors. He flips through until he finds one labeled Maya and Jack. Last seen 2025, a chill crawls up his spine. Adam, they never left. What the hell? Behind him, a deep voice whispers. Voice so. She's already part of it now. He turns. No one there. But his breath fogs the air. It's freezing. INT. Room 313. Same time Lina wakes up alone. Lina, Adam? The room hums softly. She notices the mirror is fogged up from the inside. As she approaches, a message slowly appears on the glass. Get out. Before midnight. She gasps. And behind her in the mirror, the woman in white is back. Now closer. Her face slightly visible, skin pale and torn. Lina turns. The room is empty again. INT. Lobby. Night. Lina rushes downstairs, panicked. The night clerk is gone. The lobby is pitch black, lit only by moonlight. The guest book lies open on the counter. She reads, Lina and Adam. Check in. April 17th. Check out. Never suddenly, Mia appears behind her, disheveled, eyes wide with fear. MIA, you need to leave before midnight, or she won't let you go. Lina, who are you? What is this place? MIA, she died here. Room 313. Her spirit's trapped, and she doesn't want to be alone. The lights flicker. Mia vanishes. Lina turns. The hotel has changed. The walls decay rapidly. Paintings drip blood, and distant screams echo from the halls. Room 313. Near midnight, Adam is back, breathless. Adam, we need to go. Now. Lina, I saw her. And I saw Mia. Adam, she's trapped too. They all are. Suddenly, the door locks itself. The clock hits 11:59 p.m. A slow creaking. The mirror warps and bulges. Something is trying to get through. Lina, what do we do? Adam, break the mirror. They throw a lamp. It bounces off. The glass doesn't even crack. The lights die. Pitch black. Whispers rise from all sides. She watches. She waits. She feeds. A loud shatter. The mirror explodes. The woman in white emerges, now fully visible. Rotting flesh, hollow eyes, a twisted mouth stretching unnaturally wide. She lets out a horrific scream. Furniture flies. The door rips open. Adam, go. They sprint out, racing through. Room 313. Later, Victoria sets up cameras and EVP recorders around the room. Her EMF meter goes wild near the mirror, now covered in a white cloth. She pulls out an old case file from her bag. Raven Crest. Disappearances and Paranormal Activity. 1912 to 2025 photos of past guests, including Jack and Mia. Lina and Adam. Victoria, whispering. So many vanished, all from this room. Suddenly, the mirror cloth begins to ripple, as if something underneath is breathing. She yanks the cloth off. The mirror is black. Then, it flickers to life, showing a distorted version of her reflection. Smiling. INT. Hotel hallway. Night. Victoria walks the hall with her recorder. Victoria V. I believe the hotel is alive. From the souls of the... But why room 13? She passes room 314. The door is slightly open. Child's voice so... Come play with us. Opens the door and finds it, except a music box still turning. As she reaches for it, hand grabs her wrist, gasps, and sees a young girl wide. Girl, she won't let us go. This. Later, a sealed door with staff 1912 engraved above it. She pries it open and finds an old office, untouched for over a century. On the wall, blueprints, construction records, logs. One file stands out. Eleanor Gray. 9/13, she reads. Eleanor Gray, found dead in room 313. Suicide. Lover never arrived. Bought. Hotel built over unmarked grave. The E goes wild. A mirror in the whisper. He never. So no one else may leave. 13. Night. Victoria record. Victoria to camera. The hotel is cursed. Eleanor's grief. Her pain locked her soul here, and she traps others to keep her company. The doors. Known time. Victoria's shielded version all black and white, dripping with shadow. She souls of past guests, wandering, whispering, weeping. Alina, Adam, Lucas, all are there, half aware, fading. Victoria walks through the ghost. She sees herself at the front desk, now dressed like the night clerk. Her reflection in a check. Raven Crest Real World. The hotel sits quietly, waiting. Outside, a family of 4 approaches, their car broken down nearby. The parents look relieved. Mother finally, a place to stay. The doors swing open on their own. Inside, Victoria now stands behind the desk, pale, eyes hollow like the others before her. She smiles gently. Victoria / new clerk, welcome to Raven Crest. Room 313 is ready for you. Raven Crest ruins. 2 weeks later, a scruffy figure in a heavy coat climbs through the thick woods. It's Nolan Gray, 35, a historian and Eleanor Gray's descendant. He arrives at a moss-covered foundation, all that remains of Raven Crest. Or so he thinks. He checks his map, scribbled with red ink, built in 1912 by Charles Langston, funded by the Order of the Veil. Disappeared, 73 people. No survivors. 1 body found, Eleanor Gray. No one self. Time to bring this place back into the light. Suddenly, he hears something, a faint music box playing in the wind. A chill runs down his spine. Underground tunnel. Moments later, Nolan discovers a hidden stone door in the ruins. He pries it open and descends into a forgotten basement tunnel lit by ancient lanterns. Nolan, this isn't ruins. It's preserved. On the wall, a faded mural of a horned woman rising from a mirror. Below it, to reflect, to invite. He finds an old steel plaque. Crest was never a hotel. It was a temple. Raven Crest Hotel. Reforming as Nolan reads. The hotel begins to rebuild itself above ground. Wood and brick forming from nothing. The door open. He's through. Back inside. The real hotel. Not a ruin. Not a memory. He looks down the hallway. Room 313 glows faintly. Room 13. Night. Nolan enters, journal in hand. The mirror stands intact, humming softly. As he approaches, the mirror shows his ancestor, Eleanor Gray. She's crying. Eleanor, in mirror, you can end this or become part of it. Nolan, I won't let you suffer anymore. He places his bloodied palm on the mirror, just like the ritual described. Mirror glows white, but then the room shifts. Room. Unknown time. Nolan finds him a god. Dozens of masked souls sit in pews, unmoving. At the altar, the veiled lady, tall, inhuman, veiled in silk. Veiled lady, why do you break what was built for worship? Nolan, you feed on pain, on fear, on grief. I break the chain today. He raises a journal, speaking ancient words. Through blood, through glass, I grasp. Raven Hell. Final moments. The hotel begins to collapse in both worlds. Mirrors shattering, souls rising like smoke into the sky. Victoria, now freed, reaches out to Nolan. Victoria, go. You've done it. Nolan runs as the building burns in light. The veiled lady lets out a final, monstrous scream. Woods. Sunrise. Nolan collapses outside. The sun rises for the first time in over a century on Raven Crest land. Behind him, the hotel is gone. Only silence remains. A single mirror shard rests at his feet. He picks it up. Museum. Months later, a glass case holds the shard. The label reads, Raven Crest Mirror. Last fragment. Warning, do not touch. A visitor leans in, her own reflection twist, and smile back. Victoria's study. Night. Months later. From behind, a child's voice. They watched us, and then they became us. He spins around, no one there, but his reflection stays frozen, and then smiles. Paranormal Archive, London. Night. Victoria meets with Maya Rain, 32, an occult scholar and survivor of another haunted site. Maya unfolds an ancient map, a web of cursed locations tied. Maya, every place the Order touched. Raven Crest, St. Mariah's, even the Arkham Asylum fires, forms a spiral. At the center, she points to a small, uncharted island off the coast of Scotland. Olive thorns, Maya, that's where the first mirror was crafted. That's where she was born. INT, Fairy 2, Isle of Thorns. Stormy night Victoria, Nolan, and Maya sail through. The crew refuses to approach the island. Captain, that place isn't on any map, and it doesn't want to be float them on a rock shore. No signal, no return. In the distance, black spire rising from the fog. The sanctum of INT, sanctum. Night trio is the structure. It's built entirely of glass, like a cathedral of obsidian. The air whispers on the walls. Etched mirrors reflect their worst memories. Nolan, this place is alive. In the main chamber, a mirror throne, shattered in the center. Shards float in mid-air, suspended by unseen forces. Suddenly, one shard drops and cuts Nolan's hand. His blood activates a glow on the floor, a blood sigil. The room glows. INT, Veiled Lady's Domain. Between worlds, they are transported to a dimension of pure darkness, where the Veiled Lady floats above them, now fully evolved. Larger, godlike, her veil billowing smoke. Veiled Lady, you took my home, sever my reach, but you brought me Victoria. We're ending this. No more soul. Mirrors. Veiled Lady, you brought the gray. The curse cannot end. Unless he ends. She points at Nolan. Tech startup, San Francisco high-rise office. Her outside. A group of AR, a cutting reality, 20 lead dev, walking through the con. It's like Snapchatters, but smarter. It in your surroundings. Predicts reflections, even in the dark. Friend creepy, but cool. Lucas, we launched beta last week. 30,000 downloads in 48 hours. He doesn't notice the reflection screen. A pale woman up. Night lit. His phone rounds. Opens the app. His cameras through the. You've been cyber. Next day, Victoria Graves. Now working consultant for a private source called Obscura. Watches beta footage. Agent Maya Rain enters with a tablet. Maya, this app isn't just coding anomalies. Look on screen. A user tries a mirror filter. Their reflection, smiling eyes. The camera glitches and switches to Raven's hole for a frame. Victoria, they've opened a digital gate. INT, incredible room. Night flash. Years ago, into the world. A tech firm bought the Ravencrest room and to test quantum reflections and AI learning mirror technology. They accidentally digitized their final log. Eleanor, 313 now responds to facial track. See active. Down. In Lucas's apartment. Night Lucas wakes her cracked. But his app shows act. He walks up to it. Reflection doesn't follow him. It's then hand presses it against the digital screen. Here orders. Night Victoria and Maya examine the mirror. EXE code. It pulls glyph. Victoria, it's not a vessel. Why we stop the uploads? Upper spread. Victoria, too late. She's all darknet. INT. Tech office. Day screens. The monitors show mirror. Office workers that then a massive blackout. Camera. And glimpses. Even INT. The Digit finds himself inside the mirror realm. Digitized. He walks halls made of code. Faces flickering on glass panels. All whispering. He finds others trapped. Beta testers. Influencers. Coders. Lucas, we're in the app. Mirror victim. We're internetwork. Weapons. Step digital god. Victoria hosts. They are terminal. Holds no. Repeat. She's pulled blood in long. Victoria Crafty. INT. Her cool. Lucas user. The offers them braced. Luke right now. He running in an odd as it plays in the digital server moments in my fit blast. The INT. Digital mirror realm begins. 1. Reflections fade. The veiled lady out a final scream before digitally imploding. Obscura headquarters. Night. Victoria and Maya examine the mirror. EXE code. It pulses with a mirror-shaped glyph. Victoria, it's an app. It's a vessel. Maya, we stop the uploads. We stop her spread. Victoria, too late. She's already live on the darknet. INT. Tech office. The next day, screens go dark across the entire building. Monitors show mirrors. Office workers see reflections that aren't. Then, out. Phones begin to spontaneously activate cameras, showing glimpses of Ravencrest hallways, even though no one's there. INT. The Darknet Mirror Hub. Digital void. Lucas finds himself inside the mirror realm, digitized. He walks halls made of code, faces flickering on panels, all whispering. He finds other trapped, beta testers, influencers, coders. Lucas, we're in the app. Mirror victim. We're internetwork. A massive mirror opens. The veiled lady steps through, now a twisted digital goddess. INT. Server farm. Night. Victoria and Maya breach the facility that hosts the cursed servers. They find mirror terminals, one of which holds Nolan Gray, trapped in a loop, his face repeating endlessly. Victoria, she's pulling in everyone connected to the bloodline, and anyone who looks too long. Maya. Victoria only by crashing the source. Mirror. Yexi. In digital core. Loose and the trap confront. She offers them a deal. Word or be we delete you. Right now. Loads a Ravencrest ritual text, encoded in an audio file. As it plays, the code shakes. In the digital mirrors. INT. Server farm. Moments later, Victoria and Maya trigger a physical EP blast into the Ravencrest core server. The mirrors shatter. INT. Digital void. Final moments, the mirror realm begins to collapse. One by one, reflections fade. The veiled lady lets out a final scream before digitally imploding. Tokyo, high-rise penthouse. Night Yuki from Earth sits in her apartment on its own, flickering. Tears. Forgot. A hand reaches out, ripping the edge. The reflector steps out, half of his face smeared with black glass. His mouth never moves. His reflection does the speaking. Reflector's reflection, she sees through me. And now, so will the world. INT. Obscura mobile unit. In transit, Victoria's team races to intercept the spread. They've decoded messages from deep web mirror forums. Reflections are sinking across times. The veiled lady isn't acting alone. A global reflection event is coming. The wake. Benazir, what's the wake? Victoria, a forced sync of every mirror, screen, and surface. A mass. Ravencrest. The dream sequence. Nolan Gray dreams of the mirror engine beneath Ravencrest. It churns not with souls, faces turning endlessly. The veiled lady appears. Veiled lady, you sever the root, but you left the seed. You wait. A small mirror shard embedded in his palm, glowing faintly. INT. Darknet server farm. Berlin. Night, a rogue hacker group. The gaze tries to exploit mirror. EXE for power. They go live to stream mirror anomalies from around the world. The stream suddenly, every member sees their own death play out in real time on screen. Then one by one, they vanish, swallowed by their own screens. The stream remains live for 66 hours. No one moves. Their chat box simply reads, "Join the wake." In Obscura War Room, global alert. The team realizes the order of reading old sites. In Paris, a monastery in Ethiopia, a deviate signal tower known as the Mirror Mouth, all tied to pre-Raven Crest mirror cults. Victoria draws one conclusion. Victoria, she's not just she's building a network. Scene: the core mirror field vault. The last remaining intact piece of the original Ravencrest mirror is secured in a black vault. Suddenly it glows. It starts reflecting a room that doesn't exist, and then a single whisper, "See you soon." Ravencrest ruins. Night overhead. The once abandoned Ravencrest Hotel now stands ominously in the distance, its exterior battered, as if time itself has given up on the place. Victoria and her team, Maya, Nolan, and Ben, stand before the mirror-lined entrance, preparing to enter the heart of the core room. Victoria, we crossed threshold. We don't come back unless we end this. Maya, there's no telling what happens. Time here doesn't follow our rules. Nolan, so what's the plan? To shut it down? Victoria, the shard was only part of the answer. It's the source of others. We need to find the mirror engine's core. That's the real power. And are you sure we're ready for this? Victoria holds up the mirror shard they took from the Isle of Thorns. It pulses faintly in her palm. Victoria, we don't have a choice. They step forward. The moment they threshold, the doors slam shut behind them. The walls hum. The ground beneath their feet shudders, as if the building itself is alive. Ravencrest lobby. Continuous, they enter a sprawling hall, where the walls are lined with distorted mirrors. The reflections twist unnaturally. Nolan whispers, "It's like the place is trying to devour us." Suddenly, the mirrors flicker. The air is thick with whispers. "Welcome back, Nolan." Stops, eyes widening. He turns to face the mirror, where his reflection smiles back at him. But the smile is wrong. The reflection steps out of the glass. Reflection of Nolan, "Did you miss me?" Nolan stumbles backward. His reflection laughs. Crest, the core realm, they finally reach the heart of Ravencrest, where the final door stands, a massive mirror door, shift power. As they approach, the door swings open, revealing the core realm. Core realm. Timeless void. The core realm is a dimension of fractured realities, a chaotic void filled with twisted reflections of different places and times. Everything is connected through mirrors, but not the mirror walls shift, constantly changing. Some walls show previous lives of those who have crossed through the realm. Others twist reality into nightmarish forms. At the center of the void, a massive, crystalline mirror floats. A towering reflective, constantly shifting and reforming. Victoria needs to destroy the core of the engine. It's the only way to stop the reflections from bleeding the world. But as a distorted version of the reflector steps on the walls. The reflector, now. The mirror realm will consume everything. Veiled lady, we are not bound by your rules. Victoria. Core realm. The final showdown, the battle begins. My and Ben struggle against the reflector's illusions as he warps their surroundings into terrifying reflections of their deepest fears. Nolan faces off with his own reflection, which taunts him. twisting his emotions. Reflection of Nolan, you couldn't save her. You couldn't save anyone. Meanwhile, lady, you think you can destroy your choice to be free. You chose the veiled smiles beneath her veil. Veiled lady, you should I never needed freedom. I only need action. Victoria raises the shard. On the Obscura emergency session, Victoria addresses the global team. Victoria, it's not mirrors anymore. The eye is a consciousness. Older than time, obsession with reflection. Maya, so what? It wants to take over? Ben, no. It wants to become us. It deflect. It replaces. And what if the wake already started? Silence. INT. People walk past. One reflection does smuts, but no one else. Reflection reaches in. His body unaware. Obscura. Final seeds. Oculus. From Father Immanuel's. When the walls. When all faces reflect. Only true remains. Victoria, we just broke the prison. A simple cyclone, the same spur, because it's space astronaut and lit stares at Earth. Her helmet visor reflects Earth's surface. Behind her, in her reflection, a gigantic eye opens across the planet's global montage. Earth. Now news headlines flash across screen. Mass hallucinations or psychos. World leaders stopping public addresses, citing unseen duplicates we see. Covering mirrors with billboards into reflects. Celebrities stream. Smiling reflection spreading, and the spiral is open. Obscura mobile base. Moving through Germany, Victoria leads a strike team, codename Glassbreakers. They're tracking active portals. Now holds a tablet. Anomalies in city. Confirmed spiral network to connect all spiral realms. Ben is Z. If they finish it, Earth becomes one junction. Everyone replaced. INT. Raven Crest. Core ruins. Night the team enter the ruins of Raven Crest again, but it's different now. Warped. Every wall reflects some slightly of time. Future deaths, betrayal, choices. They reach her and find something buried within it. A digil pulsing with spiral. Prime first mirror in Reflector's domain. So number 1, the reflector now exists between realms, in and out of reflection. Spiral node, own reflection. We see them held twin by a shared shadow. The second one is in surveillance footage. The gleamer flash, followed by her disappearance. They stand altar, forming the body. Filling void. Obscura global briefing team assembled from every continent. They've formed spiral nodes. One will complete the return. We take the one, or we lose our world to the reflection. Maya and the 10th. Silence. Via the 10th is in silence. Last gate is belief. Montage. Strike team. Spiral war begin. Lemur's node. Blinding flash. Maya uses a mirror dampening grenade. Boom. Gone. Veiled twins node. Swamp house. Ritual chamber. Reflections whisper. Increase. Enchantra. Oculus. One node. Every insurance into the virus real reflection. Ion spiral node. Excellent. The eye's gate. It's a crater filled with liquid mirror. Above it, the sky reflects the earth below. Post-war world. Earth weeks later. Obscura. Remain tools have been into it. Mile at the deep. A satellite camera flickers. It zooms in on a path beyond the moon. Inside it, a single suspended picture and a voice. You shout my reflection. The void between mirrors. Darkness. Silence. A heartbeat. Then a single shard of mirror spins in space. Slowly, It begins to assemble itself into a perfect orb. A voice spawns, but the body breaks. But suddenly, hundreds of mirrored eyes open across the blackness. Let the reflection begin. In Obscura HQ. 1 month later, the world is healing. No mirror attacks. No missing people. Things feel all, but Victoria can't sleep. Neither can Nolan. Nolan, you feel it too. Don't you? Victoria, like a hum in the glass. Like something's watching us from the inside out. Maya, entering, we got a new incident. One of the original just reactivated. Where? Maya's the tablet forward. Maya 2, lunar coordinates. EXT. Moon's surface. Black Mirror site, a secret excavating private space mining corp has uncovered a subterranean mirror. The final log before the crew disappears. It's reflecting Earth, but Earth doesn't look like more. In Obscura Command, Victoria and team for the impossible. Victoria, the eye wasn't here. Window door. She points to an old press drawing. Victoria, so in Ethan didn't build her to trap her. Through her. The five mirrors possible space. Voids form on thin air. Memories play in reverse. And so echo. They find the eye eternal, a Goddard intelligence of Ave. Eye eternal, you feared being watched, but you were the ones who looked. Then we'll give you an ending. The final choice, Victoria, is offered a deal. Restore everyone the eye consumed. Let it go silently, shaping humanity from behind us, or destroy the eye, and risk tearing apart space-time. Severing consciousness from reflection. Victoria, tears in her eyes. If we can't look at ourselves, maybe we start over. She presses the shard into the eye. Earth at the exact same moment. Mirrors go, visions vanish. Billions of people gasp. Other self simply stops moving, and the eye closes. Oblivion. Victoria floats. Alone. A voice whispers. Reflect me. She sees no one in a faint light. Years later, mirrors return. Slowly. Perfect. Grow up hearing stories. But to them, era is gone. In a vault under Prague. Still humming. Reflection. Screen. Looking. We only stop seeing. Years after the fall of the eye eternal, the world has adapted. No more mirrors. No more screens. Humanity, like happen. Face starts asking. A rogue broadcast was viral. A voice reflection war was over. But the last mirror was never destroyed, and it's about to bloom. Right, what could we do next? Write the Mirrorless Age, comic graphic novel of horror story with choices and multiples, or flip the genre. Romantic the Mirrorverse, right? To step back into the dark, whispering your name. What was forgotten, abandoned, projector film. Going tall. A teen, 16, moves quietly with a flashlight. This is Lena Cross, serious, a born skeptic. She pulls back a moth-eaten curtain and shines her light toward an exhibit sign. The reflection ERA 1800 to 2034 below it. Cracked glass panel, shattered vanity mirrors, and a roped off mirror with no reflection. inside. Just a void. Lena steps closer. Close up. The void mirror dust particles swirl in its center. She holds up her flashlight, but the beam is absorbed by the blackness. A tiny voice echoes from it. A child's whisper. You forgot my name. Lena recoils. Lena, what the hell? She looks around. The museum is... She reaches out. Just the fingers graze the surface. The mirror breathes. It exhales frost on her hand. Flash cut. Vision sequence 0 seconds. Faces screaming silently. A giant I open over Earth. A hotel crumbling in a shadow. And Lena, older, with mirrored eyes back to scene. She stumbles backward. Then a security drone buzzes into the room. Red lights flashing. Citizen, step away from reflective surfaces. Section 9 to 4 violation. Looking at myself. Drone mirror interaction to sink to ripple. Steps out. It's not her now. It's Lena in a few idea. City immediately after Lena cross runs through tight alleyways, her breath ragged. Her hand is still touching the void mirror. Behind her, the reflection lockdown sirens blare across the city. Level 2 incident. Reflection access. Seal all glass zones. Metal shutters begin to slide over windows, mirrors, water basins, anything that could hold a reflection. She ducks into a derelict, colliding with her best friend, Mendoza, 17, who's been watching Pact screen. Jory, you touched it, didn't you? Shaking, wide-eyed, it spoke. I saw something. I think it was me, but older. Jory, it's not possible. Lena, I looked her in the eye. Jory, it was me. He grabs her by the shoulders. Jory, Lena, you know what they do to people who start seeing doubles. Lena, I'm not sick. I'm remembering. INT. Underground. Subway. Lit through forgotten tunnels. Graffiti everywhere. The glass choir sings in silence. The eyes still see our own reflections. They saw a rusted door marked P72. Obscura archive note. Jory, this place was sealed. The last shard fell. Lena, then maybe it's still holding on to something missed. INT P72, abandoned Obscura bunk, silent. Frozen act monitors, archive drawers, mirrorless tech. Lena, light across a sealed vault, restrictless. This faced everything. Why is this bar? Groans open. Inside, single item, suspended midair in a polished metal cube with faint swirling symbols. Spins slowly. Then it speeds. Lena, access granted, still pulsing. Back crest. The deflector. Title. Wolf Moon Fade Iron. Wooded road. Night. A truck bumps along a narrow lights slicing. 8. Steed sharp. Lena, in an ancient exit. Dave, Lena, what aren't you telling me? But it's not what. Night. Dust coat everything. Lena, slowly. Flashlight. David, bloodstained right there. But the head was missing. Lena, David, you ever seen a bear like that? Arm, scars, not Lena's breath. Lena, that's not from a bear. Dave, oh, you hear that? Back. A cabin. Flicking across the trees. Twig snap. A figure darts behind another. Lena, creature, huge, covered in matted black fur. Trees. Lena draws gun down. Fire vanishes into barricade the door. He was bit from a nights there. More like her blood. He had 3 weeks ago. Lena, so you're David. I fainted. But Jacob's too far. Kills as the night. Closer. Lena, David be glad. If I don't stop him, no one. XT. Night. Earlier runs him. A mass. It tackles him. Fangs single to present. Cabin. We need backup. Cell's dead. Power's out. He loud back window shatters. A claw bee screeches. David, we can't stay here. EXT. Forest. Night they run. Fog rolls thicker now. Over mine up. That's where he turned the first time over. To it. Maybe we end it there. INT. But I'm done running. I a shrine. Bones first. David Jacob. Place. Called to him. Lena, it's not just verse. It's a ritual. A deep snarl. Jacob. You shouldn't have come, bros. Jacob.